Okay, this is part 2 of a very long letter I wrote to Paul, who is currently my husband, was my fiance in 1977 and in 1992. And, okay. So this is what I wrote him when I was at the crossroads of life, 1980, when I was 20 years old, and I had left home, and this is the first month I was gone, in Hollywood pursuing an acting career, but wishing that Paul would marry me. Okay, page 6. Now that I've been independent, this is part 2. If you want to see part 1, you can. Okay, now that I've been independent, I'm ready to go home. But I know my parents, they want to be alone and they don't want me hanging around. With only 1.5 years left for my BA, I'd love to finish. Don't know my major, I guess English. I'm sick of the pressure and atmosphere of showbiz. I'm sorry for being so lengthy in detail all about myself, but I want you to understand where I'm at. Paul, I know you must be sick of school. I sure was. But the life of a secretary, baker, waiter is not ideal. And I think a BA maybe could get one a better job. Although I've met many college grads in my job or worse. Some guys who work here have a master's degree even, and they're doing the same dumb job as the illiterates here. There are a few employees here who are nuts. You'd get a kick out of them. One guy, Larry the dishwasher, wears his hair over to one side, hanging down over his eye to his cheekbone. He hairsprays it into a matted glob that looks like a nest. I asked him why he fixed it that way. He answered, hairspray. I think he's covering or hiding some scar or mysterious mark. He kind of scares me. Paul, I just returned from the American Cancer Society test. I only did 61 words a minute instead of my old 70 words per minute, but I had 0 errors and a good excuse. I was interrupted in the middle of it by one of the bosses asking who I was. I answered him and kept typing meanwhile. Paul, if I get the job, it would be great pay and I could save up some. You know what I wish? That you could come be a cop out here. Yeah, if he really loved me and I wasn't the one pursuing him and he was pursuing me, yeah, he would have been a cop in LA since 1980. But no. I had to go to Miami for you know my story. Okay. You could be a cop out here. It's a nice city. It would be busy for a cop if not too dangerous. You could be away from home and I could see you again. Of course, a selfish motive instigated the idea. But be a cop in LA. I'll get you an application, okay? If you don't know, he became a cop in Miami, our hometown. SWAT team, helicopter, police pilot, 33 years, loved his job. But he could have done it in LA and let me pursue my dream. But he didn't. Okay, I'll get you an application, okay? I met a cop here, a very nice one. Clean cut looking, etc. I can hardly fathom that your father hasn't mellowed yet. Not letting you take up your very own motorcycle. But I guess he knows the danger of it and loves you and wants you safe. If I was a father, I'd maybe do the same thing. But I think first I'd sit down and tell my son I love him and I don't want him in that danger, and then let him decide for himself to use an alternative form of transportation. Showbiz-wise, actors are on strike, so no auditions, etc. are going on. But even so, I'm not really interested in doing anything. Did I tell you I performed at the Comedy Store? You know, the place where young comedians go to be discovered? Merv and Johnny Carson speak of it. What a weird place. Constant comedy. After 2 hours of jokes by stand-up comics, mostly male, you find nothing funny anymore. It becomes a chore to listen. I did my Little Red Riding Hood piece. Had the audience in the palm of my hand. It's a poem that I didn't even write it. Felt neat that I got to do it because Johnny had connections. But I've been thinking about it a lot and just don't savor the idea of giving all that energy to make a fool out of myself and make people laugh at me. Oh well. I was quite uncomfortable staying with the Crawfords. I'm happier here at the Kipling. In answer to your letter, yes, I often think of returning home and finishing up at local college in English, often, every night. But my parents called the other day and seemed so pleased that I was away and okay without their assistance. They're very loving now. Can you imagine letting your 20-year-old go off to Hollywood all by herself? I would never let my daughter do that. I heard from Liz, that's my best friend Elizabeth. She's in Danville teaching 5 black guys in 8th to 9th grade. I'm envious of her position out of school, etc. But I wouldn't really like to be in her position either. She didn't say if she enjoyed it or not. I miss her. Jimmy, my brother, he's now passed away. If you follow my sporadic postings on my channels, he committed suicide at the age of 60. During the COVID, he lost his job and then he lost his health insurance, thought he was going to lose his house, lost his fiance, and he started spiraling down. Oh, by the way, I'm writing a book now. I'm writing a book, and it's in the book. It's actually a collection of all my handstands, photos, and poems. And right now, the name of it is Not Dead Yet. All my lifetime of handstands and poetry so far. Something like that. Anyway, I'm in the middle of doing that book. Okay, Jimmy, my brother, is back at Auburn. His bike tires were stolen, and that made him feel bad. Also, he's tired of architecture, sick of school, and generally unsatisfied. My brother Jimmy did end up being an architect in LA and working for the top architects of our generation, Richard Meyer and Frank Gehry. I miss him too. He's so sweet. He sent me money out here. Seems concerned about me. If you guys are bored, you can, go watch The Purple Palace on YouTube. That's my new favorite YouTube. She's awesome. She's a very artistic, young, beautiful blonde girl. Well, she changes her hair color a lot. Okay. You wrote in your letter, our concern now is not much else but what to do for a living. Did you guys remember being 20? All the big decisions you have to make? Let's see. Now I'm 65. What are my decisions? Where my grave is going to be. If you watch my other video, part 1, yeah, I tell you about that. That's my decisions now. Okay, what to do for a living in the years to come. That's not all true, but yes, a major concern. It's not really hard to get by. Paul, you know what? You absolutely must continue writing music. I have observed here that it is really not all that difficult to have your creativity or creations published, recognized, appreciated, and maybe bought. There are many suckers here. I've met naive, untalented people attempting careers in the arts, not aware of reality. Now it doesn't matter who thinks your stuff is okay. That is subjective, a debatable and never resolved issue. The point is, if you feel fulfilled or a bit of satisfaction or pleasure from getting out your creativity, why should you ignore it, stifle it, or hold it in because of any exterior stupid reasons? All those songs that you have swimming in your adorable head must be recorded, if for no one to see, at least to get them out of you. And make space for more. It's healthy, like a purging. This is my philosophical expounding on the subject of the arts. Considered frivolity by bigoted, cocky idiots. Ooh. Oh, I should read it like this. Music, art, theater is not frivolity. It is difficult, requires tremendous energy and courage, placing yourself open to ridicule, a very vulnerable position, i.e., copywriting a song, you are making possible scoffers and experts' judgment against it for it and possible ridicule of it, you. But as our attitude is toward them, whoever they are, so what? If you like it, like it. Sorry for all the words. There are so many thoughts I have about you so often, and they are at times bursting to come out. But I hold them in until an occasional poem lets them escape, or a dumb letter like this. It just kills me to have you not daily writing or doing music. You know those old songs you wrote? I find myself unconsciously humming them, and I play them whenever I find a piano. They have been heard and remarked on at Auburn, Alabama, Birmingham, and Hollywood, California, since their birth in Miami 4 years ago. You know, I could never find another you, and now and then this feeling comes to me. And how can I explain to you? But I don't remember how that one goes. What about the farm, Paul? Does your dad want you to run it for him someday, maybe after college? Are you tired of it? Sorry about this. Do you ever know with overloading, I bet you have no time to keep your fingers nimble with the piano keys. What about your gang? How and where is Ed and Wilsey, etc.? Are you still interested in guns, cigars, shooting pool and beer halls? I miss you so much. This sounds stupid and cliched, but I do think about you every night in bed, and for that matter, lots of days too, out of bed. And you know the Barry Manilow song, I can't smile without you. For some odd reason, whenever I hear it, thoughts and memories of you fill me up inside, and I recall you mentioning the song once and humming and singing it. The other day I heard it in some office and thought, hey, there's the song Paul wrote. And then thought, hey, wait a minute, wrote? How silly of me. Barry Manilow wrote it. Then why does it feel like Paul is humming all around here? Let's make a book, page 13. I don't think I mentioned my other job, typing for Mr. Pan. I should be doing it now. Mr. Pan, 80 years old, ex-ambassador to Colombia from China. He's writing a book called The Chinese Puzzle, and I am his typist, 75 cents a page. Keeps me busy with the bakery and waitressing here. Tomorrow we'll find out about the Cancer Society job. Fingers crossed. I was so happy to get your letter. Johnny had it at his house for a while before he finally gave it to me. My address here is 4077 West 3rd Street, LA 90020. I think the Kipling is still there. Do please take care of yourself. Also, maybe don't take school so seriously. Don't take your dad so seriously or life. Laugh at it all while you're doing your best. Maybe that's the healthiest way to bear it. That's one of the zillion things I miss about you, your constant sarcastic witticisms and punny puns. They always make me laugh. They were unique and so fun. Please write me again. Even if there's no news, even if it's old, I'm pretty much all alone here in the lower income part of the city. No close friends, no dates, no family. Not that I mind. Oh no, it's much better than stupid, giggling girls and phony people. Talked to a Christian guy here last night for a long time. And I told him the only person I feel on the same wavelength regarding life, Bible, politics, attitudes is Paul, Elizabeth, and Jimmy. He said, those your brothers and sisters? Haha, no, I explained. He's nice, but kind of scares me. I get scared a lot. Glenn said I was a very stable person. No, I thought we decided that Christ was stable and in me. So that must be what was showing. I am unstable. Christ is a rock. Have thought about the past. Now this was 6 years before I got on SNL and 3 years before I got on Johnny Carson. Have thought about the past lots lately and decided the favorite time in my whole life was us in love in the fall at Furman. It was chilly, crisp, beautiful colors of the leaves, and wow, I was so in love with you. Such a happy, warm feeling, and us in the leaves and the passion pit. The times I wanted to be alone, it wasn't what you think. It wasn't you. I had a problem. I'll tell you about it someday. Well, now I will tell you. But I hadn't told Paul then. I was bulimic because I had a gymnastics scholarship. I was in a leotard all the time. I was trying to be skinny and work out all the time. And I just was listening to Diane Keaton's book, and she said she's joined the list of celebrity bulimics. And I appreciated her honesty. But back in the day, no one talked about it. But the pressure to be thin is so strong. And dance, gymnastics, show business, you know. And you grow out of it, most people. It's so disgusting and horrible. And then I replaced it with other unhealthy things to try to be thin. But anyway, that was what I was referring to. Well, here goes again, getting too gushy. Forgive the mush, the million words, the repetitious whatever. I miss you so much. Hey, look, everybody. Here he is right now. Say hi, Paul.
Oh, who am I saying hi to?
To the world.
Oh, I'm not saying hi to the world.
Say hi to the world.
My own little world.
Oh, no. Where's the picture of us with our bikini on? There it is. Okay, I'm wrapping it up.
Chase the ball? Chase the ball?
I miss you. I better get ready for work.
Come on.
I'm sure your family's fine. If you see Chip and Margaret, would you tell them hi from me? Hugs and kisses. Regarding college, if I stay here a year, I'll be considered a California resident, and then tuition will be free. There are 2 colleges very close. And yeah, I also found my little diagram of the house I wanted to live in someday when I got married and had children. And you know what? The Lord above blessed me. All my dreams came true. And I'm very grateful. And like Hezekiah in the Bible, when the Lord said, you're going to be leaving earth soon, get your things in order. That's what I've been doing. That's why I'm looking at old letters that my mom saved and, yeah, reflecting. You know, like, who was I at age 20 and who am I at age 65? And I'll tell you the greatest thing of all, Jesus Christ is still my rock. And one of the reasons I do, well, the main reason I do these YouTubes, probably the only reason, maybe number 1. Number 2, I like attention. Number 3, I always think I have something to say. But number 1, I want to share the gospel with the world because it's the greatest love story ever. And it's true. And if you've never read the Bible cover to cover, slowly ask God to reveal himself to you or truth to you. You have to do it because it's real. Jesus was my rock through my whole life, and now that I have stage 4 cancer, he's still my rock. And he helped me through everything, and I can't wait to spend eternity with him. Yeah, the name of my new book is Not Dead Yet. And the ending poem, this came to me at 3 a.m. The very last page says, not dead yet, never will be, because Jesus died and rose for me. Deep, deep thoughts. Okay, thank you for listening. Love you.